This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, has met the visiting French Defence Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian. The talks, which were held on Monday, are designed to bolster the existing cooperation and friendly ties between the UAE and France, with a focus on coordination of military and defence areas. The two parties also exchanged their views on issues of common concern, including developments in the region and the efforts being exerted by the UAE and France to achieve regional peace, stability and security. And the UAE Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, has been received by the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan on Monday at Yildiz Palace in Istanbul. During the meeting, which comes at a crucial time for international stability and cooperation in the region, the two parties tackled ways of enhancing bilateral ties and reviewed a number of current events and international issues of mutual concern. His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed emphasized the importance of bilateral relations and means of boosting them in different fields, while President Erdogan underlined his country's wish to strengthen ties with the UAE. The 193 countries of the United Nations, represented by over 30,000 delegates, have adopted a milestone new approach to sustainable urban development, with prominent assistance from the UAE. Cities now represent around 80% of global GDP, and by 2050 are expected to grow in population from 3.9 billion in 2014 to 6.3 billion in 2050, making them a priority focus for the international community. Billed as Habitat 3, the conference consolidates several years of preparatory work in the new urban agenda, which is the summit's political declaration, which sets out a detailed guidance on economic, environmental and social policy and planning in urban areas. With the Habitat Summits held only once every 20 years, Mohammed Yusuf Al-Awadi, the UAE's head of delegation to the Third United Nations Conference on Housing and Sustainable Urban Development, stated that the UAE has experienced over 300% population growth in its cities in the last 15 years and knows firsthand how crucial it is to put sustainability at the heart of development blueprints. In addition, according to a report released by Emirates news agency WAM, Ambassador Lana Zaki Nuseibeh, the UAE's permanent representative to the United Nations in New York, said that the UAE has led an enormous shift in the region to prioritize smarter urban planning and management, and believes that Habitat 3 represents a unique opportunity to adapt international norms on sustainable development to the local level. The UAE served as one of 10 countries in the bureau that prepared the summit and supported work to integrate renewable energy, gender equality, long-term integrated planning and humanitarian support into the agenda. The UAE, Saudi Arabia and Kuwait are three of the most empathetic countries in the world, according to a recent study. The report, published in the Journal of Cross-Cultural Psychology, was released by researchers who carried out an online survey of 104,000 people from 63 countries. The survey measured people's ability to imagine another's point of view and their tendency towards compassion. Saudi Arabia was ranked the second most empathetic country, following Ecuador, with the report ranking the UAE at 5th and Kuwait at the 10th rank. Researchers who conducted the study stated that it is the first study to rank countries in terms of empathy, while explaining that the team only grabbed a snapshot of what empathy looks like at this very moment, as cultures are constantly changing. Researchers also added that the survey did not distinguish between empathy for people in other countries or empathy in one's own country. Global fire safety experts and institutions have attended the 7th Annual Middle East Fire Safe Summit in Dubai, where industry leaders revealed details of the second edition of the upcoming UAE Fire and Life Safety Code of Practice, set to be released this year. His Excellency Brigadier Ahmad Obaid Sayegh, the Assistant Director General of Fire and Rescue and the Directorate General of Civil Defence in Dubai, and Dave Brown, the Director of Operations at the London Fire Brigade, as well as other senior officials, officially opened the Fire Safe Summit to the public today. During the event, it was revealed that the UAE ranks highly among countries in the world implementing effective fire safety policies. While giving a few highlights on the second edition of the UAE Fire and Life Safety Code of Practice, officials revealed that according to the new code, building consultants will have to seek the approval of civil defence and should also have a National Fire Protection Association qualification. The new code will also mean that an owner has to annually renew the no objection certificate and ensure that all building fire and life safety systems are functioning as intended. In addition, the new code will also compel the manufacturer to submit legal undertakings to the civil defence and municipality about selling non-listed materials. During the event's keynote address, experts from London Fire Brigade advised that despite the many advances in technology, in order to avoid these often deadly fire events, it is still much more effective to prevent them from happening in the first place.
We are always looking as a government for the futuring of the safety. Actually, we are following our code, renewing our code every 2 years, and this is what is happening now. As per the lecture you saw, it was talking about the code for the fire in the stuff of the yards in the sea and the. We put the regulation for that one, how to be save the people in this situation. You know, two situations happened in UAE, which is one in Abu Dhabi and one in Ajman, and we've been follow that, and we saw that we need that to have a safety code for that.
It is standardized code. It is a national code. It was released in 2012, the first one, 2011. This is the second edition. By civil defense policy, every 5 years you need to release it. So it is a unified and national code now, fire safety code, applicable to everyone. And we try as much as possible to improvise every revision. So this is a better version than before, obviously. Like what I spoke about earlier, responsibilities. So it's a big chapter now, from construction to behavior to material approval to systems. The material aspect is a big thing. So that's what we stressed on this code as well. At the end of each chapter there is a detailed material requirement. So you cannot sell anything, construction materials anymore, without registering with civil defense. All the fire and life safety materials. So there is always a requirement of fire performance for materials, so that they should pass.
Certainly in terms of technology from a response perspective, we need to look at it in completely different ways. So in terms of fire engines and turntable ladders, buildings are getting so big, so tall, no vehicle is ever going to be able to deal with that. So you need to look at other technologies such as drones, you need technologies such as helicopters, for example, but it is mostly about prevention and protection themselves, and what we need to do is to make sure buildings are so safe that actually people can leave it in good time, even if there is a raging inferno in there. And technology exists to be able to do that. So fire suppression systems, early warning systems, etc.
On the sidelines of the two-day summit, a number of government bodies, fire safety institutions and fire safety equipment suppliers and traders from around the world exhibited a host of new technologies that are currently being developed or in use by both the municipal fire departments and high-rise buildings and facilities.
This is the practice and this is the device that we are bringing from Baltic states and exactly from Lithuania. This system is like an additional evacuation measure in the case when all other evacuation routes are already blocked with fire or with smoke. So some people say it's not needed, but in the case when there is no other way, and the only way is through the window, it helps and helps a lot. It already helped a lot of people. And as I've heard and saw, you know, already the fires in high-rise buildings in Dubai, in Ajman. So this was the idea, to bring it here, to present it and legalize and sell it, to try to help UAE people to have this additional measure of escape in case of emergency.
Dubai Municipality customers will no longer have to visit the offices of this civic body to make payments for the services they use, as they will now be able to make the payments for all services of the civic body using the e-dirham, a smart payment option provided by the Ministry of Finance. An agreement was signed between the municipality and the Ministry of Finance at the 36th GITEX Technology Week exhibition on Monday, which will now allow customers to pay all municipal fees from anywhere, saving time and effort, according to the officials. The agreement was signed a day after the ministry announced the launch of 630 e-kiosks across the country to enable the users to buy e-dirham cards and avail other services related to the e-dirham. A new tab has been designed on the municipality portal for instant payment of the fees for municipal services using the e-dirham. Customers can use the e-dirham payment service by entering the permit number of the municipal service they're opting for. On entering the permit number, the system will show service details and the fees required. The move is part of efforts to reduce the number of visitors to the government departments, with the municipality stating that they are working towards a zero-visit strategy, which the civic body is trying to achieve by providing various smart services and payment methods. And finally, in the bulletin, concerns surrounding the issue of hair loss could be a thing of the past for UAE residents, as a new hair restoration and retention company, Advanced Hair Studio, has opened a new facility in Dubai. Carrying over 45 years of expertise for combating hair loss and offering personalised hair restoration solutions, Advanced Hair Studio marked its regional launch along with the support of former Australian cricket star Shane Warne. The new facility, which will be located along Al Wasl Road in Sakim 3, and the company promises to bring a complete solution to the concerns of UAE residents for prices starting from $5,000. Among the procedures the company aims to offer include advanced laser treatment, which aims for the regrowth of hair from areas where the hair follicles are still alive but deep-rooted. Other methods include the strand-by-strand hair replacement procedure, which was what the cricket star Shane Warne opted for, which aims for restoring the hairline after a one-day procedure.
Hair loss doesn't affect everyone. It's not for everyone. Some people, if you look at Bruce Willis, he loves being bald. He rocks it looking bald. But some of us, we lose our confidence, and some of us don't like to go bald. I didn't like going bald, and that's when I approached Advanced Hair Studio and got my procedures done. But I think for people out there, it really is about confidence. This day and age, we all like to feel nice. We like to do our hair the way we want to do it. We like to dress nicely. So to have that opportunity taken away from you when you're going bald can really affect your day-to-day life. So my advice to anyone out there, if your hair is affecting your day-to-day life and your confidence and you're not happy, go and see someone at the Advanced Hair Studio team. They're the leaders in the field, they're the best in the business, and they will structure a procedure and a program to suit you. And that's what's unique about Advanced and why they're the best.
With a clientele of over 10,000 celebrities, the company expects their services to be popular among UAE residents, as they added that around 2 in 3 men in the region suffer from hair loss conditions. They further highlighted that around 40% of men begin to lose their hair in their early 20s, and their consultants can devise a suitable treatment for each individual.
We're just getting ready now to launch a stem cell therapy treatment in Australia. From there, we will take it to the rest of the world. Stem cell therapy is a scientifically developed treatment, and it is going to be quite revolutionary, as are all of our treatments. I think the Emirates is going to be a tremendous market for us. It's a very innovative country. I've always admired it. I'm very proud to be here officially opening Advanced Hair Studio.